because we've never seen an epidemic with as much intensity as we're now experiencing with the scourge of drug addiction. It's our nation's single biggest public health crisis. Now you say, is that really true? It's a nice statement for a politician to make. Is it really true? Let me tell you that last year, to supplement the numbers that Dan gave, 52,000 people in this country died of a drug overdose. 52,000. That is more than every gun homicide and every automobile accident in this country combined. It is more than the number of people who died from HIV/AIDS at the height of the epidemic in the mid-1980s. What I want to know is, where are the marches? I lived through the HIV/AIDS crisis, as many of you in this room did. And you remember the marches all across this country, on Washington and on other state capitals, demanding that the government do something to help find a treatment for a disease that was killing so many of our citizens. But let's go back a little further than that, because that's where we are right now on this problem and this public health crisis. Remember when HIV/AIDS was just the gay plague. Remember when HIV/AIDS was seen in this country as something we didn't talk about. Remember when HIV/AIDS had a stigma about it that made people turn their heads and look the other way, and make people believe that on some level, the people who were getting this disease deserved it, and that there was nothing that we needed to do about it. What changed all that? As I remember it, what changed all that was the day that Magic Johnson stood up and said he had AIDS. And America said, wait a second. That's a hero. It's a hero who has this disease. Now what do? Now we can't stigmatize this anymore. We can't put his poster on our child's bedroom wall and say that he's undeserving of care and treatment. And I really do believe that in large measure, Magic Johnson's revelation that he had the HIV virus changed the attitude of many, many Americans and led to the president at the time and others putting an increased amount of resources and effort and attention on developing not a cure, because we still don't have one, but today, 30 years later, HIV/AIDS is no longer a death sentence. HIV/AIDS is something that people can live with and be treated through an entire array of medications that have been developed in that 30-year period of time. Question for us now is, are we going to wait 30 years to save the 52,000 people that are dying a year of this disease? And what are we going to do about the stigma? We need, as a community, to start marching. We need, as a community, to own this issue. And we got to break some China in the process, everybody. My guess is that's why the president brought me in.